Hey guys, how you guys doing? I hope you guys doing great today. This is blog numero cuatro. I wanted to talk about a journey I've been going through. I didn't want to do this video yet till later on, but I decided to do it now because I noticed in one of the YouTubers' channel, Shayloss. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know who Shay is, one of Shay Tards. In the Shayloss channels that he has, he did this 5 week challenge thing that I'm a week late actually, but I just found that out. But he's doing this 5 week thing challenge or Shelby challenge. They're doing it that within this 5 weeks you can eat nutritious, eat really good, And I decided to do it too. But before I actually been in my own weight loss journey, and I started before I found out about Shayloss, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. Hopefully, it'll inspire any of you guys out there because I know how you guys feel, especially the bigger people. And basically, 3 years ago, before I started my journey started, I weighed about 305 pounds. Yeah, it's a lot. For me, it's a lot. And the day before I started doing the journey, my weight loss or being on the diet, I was making food. I actually love to cook, so I was making food for myself and apologize for the dark barking. I don't know if you could hear it, but anyways, I was cooking food for myself and I was making 3 pork chops. They were really big pork chops. They were marinated pork chops, and I was cooking it for myself. Two of them I was gonna eat it right away, and the other one I was gonna eat it later on because I had a class that day, so I was gonna eat it during dinner or something like that. And my dad was in the kitchen when I was cooking. Well, when I was cooking, and he thought I was gonna eat everything at once, and he got really worried. So later on that day, he came to my room and started talking to me, and he told me he was really worried about me and all this kind of stuff, and he told me I should be on the diet, and he's the one that helped me out through this journey. He was the one that motivated me, and without him, I probably wouldn't be here actually. I suck at motivating myself sometimes. I don't know if hopefully I'm not the only one in this planet or whatever when it comes to this kind of stuff. But he was the one that helped me out throughout this challenge, through this journey. And without him, probably it'll be a lot bigger. Probably be 400 pounds by now or something like that. I did say I was at 305 pounds. Now I'm actually about 235. It fluctuates between 235 and 242, somewhere around that area. Uh, the lowest it has been is about 231. That's the lowest I've gone, but eventually I went up now. But I fluctuate between 235 and 242 for months now, and I'm a little worried. But before I talk about what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna talk to you about what I did to lose all those about 60 pounds, a little bit over 60 pounds that I did. Basically, I didn't notice that had a big transformation until I looked at a picture from back then. I was bored one day. I decided to go to MySpace. I don't know why. Nobody really goes to MySpace anymore. But I decided to go because I knew I had pictures in there from back then, and I just wanted good memories in there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have good memories there, even though they don't use it anymore. But I went in there to look at my photos, and I noticed one of my photos that I had taken of myself. I look really big, bigger than I look now. I mean, I look big. I look at myself right now, and I look pretty big. But I used to look pretty bigger back then, and I used to have like, I don't know what you will call this, but it used to be a lot bigger, and basically it looked like I didn't even have a neck. And the back side of my neck used to be black. It's starting to turn to black. Luckily, that has gone away now, and I'm glad it did. But yeah, it was really scary thinking about it now, and I'm glad I actually went to this journey. If I still had the photo, for some reason MySpace decided to change its layout, whatever, and yeah, I don't have those pictures anymore. I wish I still had it. I wish I would have taken it before. I had thought about it, but I never did. But unless I'm going in the wrong place or I don't know where to go, but I could not find a picture anymore. And if I do ever find it, I will make a video and show you guys how I used to look before. But yeah, I lost about 60 pounds, so here's what I did, and hopefully you guys will get inspired, or maybe I'll help you out a little bit. Maybe I'll help you out sometime, and if it does, let me know. Comment on this video someday in the future, and I would love to know. I will be happy that I helped somebody, you know. But anyways, here is what I did. Um, when I first started, I stopped going to fast food places like McDonald's. It's been 3 years now since I've been to McDonald's. I stopped eating pizza. I don't eat pizza. I love pizza. It's my favorite food, you know. I don't eat it anymore. What else? Any beverages that are bad for you, basically, water will be good, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I do sometimes drink soda, and it's hard because I live in an area in a house where people buy stuff that I shouldn't be eating, and it's so hard to say no to those things when it's right in front of you. You know, there's times I do say no, but there's times I end up wanting to, I end up craving it. You know, and it's hard. But yeah, I stopped eating. I started drinking more water. I, I mean, of course I did eat homemade food. My mom made. I'm Guatemalan, so we eat Guatemalan food. And some of those things are not good for you, but they're really delicious. And back then, I used to have this. I used to have big plates. I used to fill them up really big, and I used to have side of tortillas and some other stuff. And basically now, when I started doing my weight loss, I still kept eating the same thing, but I just cut it in half. What I usually eat 3 meals a day, I always eat 3 meals a day, and I just cut it in half. And I started eating a lot more fruit. Basically cantaloupes. Cantaloupes are my favorite fruit actually. They're really delicious. There's some that are not that good actually. There's some are not really pale. I don't know if the right word, but they're not sweet at all. But there's some that are sweet, and those are the ones that I like. And actually, if you actually, I say actually twice, if you look online and search for cantaloupe, you could see that they're really good for weight loss. So I recommend those, and it helped me out. So it proves that it actually does help. So I started eating a lot of those. Of course, I ate watermelon and some other fruits. Basically, it's just mostly cantaloupes, and secondary would be watermelons. And I will add that to my meals. So I did that, and my first week I actually lost 20 pounds. And I was like, "Ooh!" And I was really pumped and excited, and I felt really good. You know, I felt like I could actually keep doing it. You know, and of course I kept doing it, and after I lost those 20 pounds in the first week, it was actually a little bit, well, not harder, it's just that I started losing